Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, have no fear. Your favorite neighborhood light-skinned man is here. And in today's video, we are reacting to what women find attractive about black men. Now, if y'all didn't watch I made a video similar to this before, but I think in terms of swag, the way they carry themselves, the way all of that, black people are the best. I'm gonna go ahead and admit it. We got the most swag. We're good at sports. Our hair is cool. We just have a lot of things going for us for being black. That's my theory on it. But let's see what the video says about what women actually find attractive.
Last year, women from different races were told to pick which black man they thought was the most attractive.
Oh, it's so funny how they threw Pink 6'8" in this video. What y'all think they gonna say? Wait, actually, I can't read. That's kind of gay.
And it sparked a lot of controversy and disbelief among black men when the women chose Melberry Badejo over Michael B. Jordan. This actually never happened, but a lot of men, even outside our race, would be very surprised to find that a large majority of women from around the world would, and even do, find Melberry Badejo extremely attractive. What we fail to grasp is
we're not saying that none of those individuals got hoes. But I feel like all those individual groups have different like looks. Like some of them look more of like what the stereotypical black men versus others. You know, they kind of, you know what I'm saying, they fit a vibe. They don't really fit like purely black. Damn, I can't think of the word. You know what I'm talking about.
How women would find the man who uses makeup, dyes his eyebrows and eyelashes, and uses colored
But women, but there's moves like that. Like there's like Prince. I heard Prince was kind of like that. Yeah, no, like there's an aesthetic for everybody. What they say, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. There's some. Trust me, bro. There is a woman that will go for you exactly how you are right now. Now, will you necessarily want that woman back? You know that could depend. I don't know. You might not like that particular woman back, but there is a woman that will go for every type of look of black. So that's not surprising.
Contacts to even be considered attractive, and not zesty. But the problem we make as men is thinking that masculinity.
Matter of fact, I got a homeboy who kind of looks like this. He doesn't have the blonde. Well, he has blonde hair, but it's not this blonde. He has like a same type of hairstyle. His tips are blonde, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, he has colored contacts. He's like more brown skin, but his eyes are black. Hey, I got a homie that fit this aesthetic, and he pull hella hoes. Matter of fact, let me see if I can call him real quick. Hold up, y'all. Let's see if he answers.
Call has been forwarded.
Yeah, never mind. It's calling with the voicemail, so never mind.
Zesty. But the problem we make as men is thinking that masculinity is equal to attractiveness. And this is because of our cultural upbringing and how we are perceived by society. When in reality, most of the men women have been simping on for the past few years have somewhat been feminine looking. They all had these softer, feminized features. Now you might be thinking, well, that's just because they're all celebrities. And you might be right. But what about black MMA fighters like Jon Jones? They're also popular and make a lot of money, and yet they don't receive as much attention from women as the other men do. So do you need to get colored contacts and start applying makeup? No.
Hell no, it's never that serious, bro. Once you get to the point of colored contacts and makeups, yeah, no. You're doing too much, you know. So you could have a skincare routine, you know. You could get your eyebrows cleaned, your hair cut, trimmed. You know, those things are fine. But yeah, once you start getting into the realm of doing makeup, yeah, no, bro, you're pushed a little too far.
You don't need to do any of that. You just need to work on the features that are considered the most attractive and improve more of that, and less of the ones that make you less attractive. In this video, we're going to talk a bit about what women actually find attractive about black men and how you can use this to your advantage. Let's begin. I've seen a lot of men who are fairly good looking completely reduce their attractiveness by trying to follow advice from incels and look more intimidating. So what they would do is grow a bit scruffy beard, let their hair go bald, and become extremely big and bulky, and begin to wonder why.
I don't feel like nobody just lets their hair go bald. Like, that's not, no man on this earth, if you gave him the choice of either you could be bald or you can have a full head of hair, no man is willingly gonna go bald. They might have like the little low buzz, but given a choice, and if it wasn't hard to maintain, men would have hair. So that's kind of, nah, I don't agree.
Why they don't get any women. Well, the reason is because they now appeal more to the male gaze rather than the female gaze. Regardless of what you've been told by the red pill community, hypermasculine men tend to be considered more aggressive and dangerous by women, not just to other men in society, but to them and their future kids. And this signals a trade-off that women have to consider before going into a relationship with them. While for hyperfeminine men, even though the looks might give you an advantage, you also come off as too weak to protect and too compliant in pressure situations. In most cases, though, women are looking for a balance. Not too masculine that you would be unfaithful and dangerous, and not too feminine that you would be unable to protect your woman and kids. For example, look at the man in this image. He clearly has a weak jawline. He's light-skinned and has a rounder face and eyes.
No, we don't claim him as a light-skinned man. We don't claim him. He definitely belongs with the brown-skinned people. But continue.
Are all considered feminine features, and so a heavier beard and darker eyebrows suits him more than it would suit other black men. So from this part of the video going forward, we'll look at the traits that add and take away from your facial attractiveness. One of the most important indicators of masculinity are those related to the overall size and shape of the face, such as the jawline. In a study titled Geometric Morphometric of the Male Face in relation to physical strength and perceived attractiveness, dominance, and masculinity, the researchers found that women rated faces with a prominent jaw as more masculine and dominant, but not necessarily as more attractive. Instead, the faces rated as highly attractive belong to men with a different jaw structure, one that's wider and narrower. This suggests that while an extremely powerful...
Nigga, how are you wide and narrow? Like, isn't that like an oxymoron? To be wide and narrow? Like, that doesn't really make sense, bro.
And wide jaw signals raw strength and dominance. A more refined, sculpted, and balanced jawline is often what women find aesthetically pleasing. To enhance definition, focus on reducing overall body fat through a caloric deficit and cardio. To build the underlying musculature, incorporate exercises that target the jaw and neck, like chin tucks and neck curls.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Doing chin tucks and neck curls, bro, unless you box. If you box, that is a completely story, because you know what I'm saying? You don't want somebody to come through and BOOM! Take your whole, you know what I'm saying, jaw clean off your face. You know, you don't want to go outside like that. So for those people, makes sense, valid point. Everybody else, bro, I ain't gonna lie, if you do it neck shit, bro, like that's kind of like you're doing a little bit too much.
The best example as to why masculinity doesn't always equal attractiveness. Because while baldness is masculine and bald black men are seen as hyper masculine, it's not a universal attractor. In fact, a 2018 study showed that hair quality is a stronger indicator of health and attractiveness than mere hairline or style. And the raters in the study showed that thinning hair is better than no hair, and more hair is better than thinning hair. So while you can still try to work on other aspects of your face to reduce that hyper-masculine appearance, getting a hair transplant or even getting early treatment before it gets worse is a better option. Some chemicals like minoxidil have gained lots of attention online for helping combat hair loss. You can find it together with a Dermastamp at your local drugstore, or if you'd like to get it from us, there's a link in the first comment. Imagine you have a volume knob for two different things on a man's face. The bone structure volume. This is how strong and defined his jaw and brow are. The facial hair volume. This is whether he has no hair, a little bit, or a lot. Researchers wanted to know how these two volume knobs work together to make a face look attractive. When a man has no facial hair at all, the bone structure is very easy to see. If the bone structure is turned up too high, very strong and extreme, it can look a bit harsh. If the bone structure is turned too low, very soft and not defined, it can look a bit weak. The study found that most people think a face is most attractive when the bone structure is somewhere in the middle, not too high and not too low. When there's no beard, it's easiest to see if a face is at one of these extremes. So how does facial hair help? Adding facial hair, like stubble or a beard, is like putting a filter on the picture. It doesn't change the bone structure, but it softens how we see it. For a face with very strong bones, a beard can make it look a little less harsh and more balanced. For a face with softer bones, a beard can add some structure and definition. So facial hair helps to balance out faces that are at the very high or very low end of the bone structure scale, making them look better. Finally, the researcher discovered that the type of relationship matters. For a short-term relationship, having a beard didn't make a big difference in how attractive someone was. But for a long-term relationship, A beard actually made a man seem more attractive. Think of it like this. A beard can make a man look more mature, responsible, and like he would be a good, steady partner for a long time, which is a quality women often look for in a long-term relationship. This is the average black man's dream physique, but this physique is mostly attractive to other
Yeah, say, but go ask a white man. We all look like this. This nigga big as fuck.
men
Hell no.
and gym girls. A large population of women would prefer a leaner and athletic physique, like, for instance, Marlon's or Michael B. Jordan and Creed's physique, which involves having a wider back, broader shoulders, slim waist, big arms, and a strong neck. And don't forget the legs. We made it easier for you.
Don't forget the legs, y'all niggas. Y'all be worried about looking like goddamn Macho Man up top and be goddamn skinnier than the goddamn pencil legs below. Now I have the reverse problem, where my upper body, I ain't gonna lie, my upper body's kind of ass, but my legs, nigga, oh my god, nigga, my leg big as fuck. I would show y'all, but I'm not finna get up and show y'all my leg. That's kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But with that being said, y'all boys, leave y'all comments on this video down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch y'all boys at the next one. Peace.